Thank you for joining me today. My name is Lee Reams with CountingWorks, and today's quick hits is going to be a little bit longer than normal. We're going to address the latest changes on Facebook. So this is going to affect tax and accounting firms based on whether they use reviews from Facebook. They're being eliminated basically, and Facebook is changing to a recommendation style kind of testimonial. So we'll see how it all shakes out, but today's presentation, I'm going to show some slides and go back and forth and kind of show you some examples to understand what is going on. So the first thing is Facebook is changing from displaying review ratings, so like the traditional Yelp, TaxBuzz, CountingWorks type of review, to recommendations. So this is basically, do you recommend this firm? Yes or no. Yes, they will prompt you to leave more details. No will be, how can they improve? So that's kind of the game plan. It is a little more simplified. Past reviews will remain for now. I'm not sure if at some point they will do away with them, but all new feedback will be through the recommendation tool. So visitors can leave rich endorsements that include text and a photo, and users can also post a request for a recommendation directly on their feed. And that's so there's basically two paths that people can use the recommendation tools. So let's get into some details here. So path A, a prospect asks for a recommendation on Facebook. So Facebook's algorithm is smart enough to find the language that someone has posted and know that it is a recommendation, and they will say, hey, are you looking for a recommendation? And that will put it through the recommendation tool. So someone would post either on their full news feed, which is more than just their storyboard. So it would be a bigger audience basically. So they can open up how far do they want to ask for these recommendations. So it's going to be important that location is important, and at the same time having a presence on Facebook, and you'll see why that is going to be important. So someone asked the question, I'm looking for a recommendation for a new accountant in the Valley, any recommendations? So the first thing Facebook does is it will say, is there a geography included? So on this particular one, Lake Balboa was the targeted geo area. So a couple things that you will notice as recommendations start coming in to the prospect's feed. One, if your firm has a presence on Facebook, that will be when someone types your firm name and it matches up with your Facebook profile, your company page, you will get a hot link that will link directly to your Facebook page, and then you also see this preview. So it's the arrow shows Wendy's tax tips. That is the advantage of having a presence on Facebook. So if you're still a doubter and thinking Facebook is not important to me or social media is not important, I think this is starting to get more and more clear that, guess what, word of mouth is moving online. Sites like Nextdoor are using the same type of technology. Facebook obviously is putting a big push in the air. So firms, if you notice the two recommendations below, those companies probably don't have a Facebook presence. And I think it's nice that if someone does get a recommendation, they do a quick click. They can go see your profile. Are you posting a lot? Do you have a lot of other recommendations? Do you have other reviews there? Is there a lot of valuable content? Do you look trustworthy? I think it's going to make a big difference on who people choose when they use this tool. So professionals without a presence on Facebook will not have a preview or link, and users will decide who looks most credible. So basically, you're going to kind of value different friends or colleagues, or do I know this person, do I not, third party kind of thing, to decide which referral they trust the most. So path B, attracting recommendations on your own Facebook page. So instead of leaving reviews, there's a section that would be, do you recommend, in this example, Karen Drescher, CPA. So if you click on it and you say, yeah, I do recommend, yes or no, so it takes you down two different paths. If you recommend, Facebook will then start asking questions. What do you recommend about Karen? And it will start you through the path of leaving kind of the new review, so to speak. So again, the jury's out on how this will, what kind of data will be collected here. My guess is it will not be as good or solid of reviews. So meaning social proof where clients provide more than just a few sentences or words, not sentences, but people, real reviews, verified reviews, people when they go into detail, that is a much better review as far as the consumer goes. So you can feel that, hey, this is legit, this is a true story, I can relate to the pain points they solve, so things like that. So we'll see what happens there. But visitors can recommend you and add comments or photos to their post, and visitors can also say they would not recommend you and provide feedback. So what is it? The recommendation tool is simpler, but the question is it better? And obviously the jury is out on that. So it is much easier to say yes or no about a recommendation, but it doesn't take away those details, all right? So the testimonial is not going to be as in depth. And also it's kind of, the people that are, oh, I like them, I don't like them, there's no real middle ground, right? So it's either I recommend or not. So I don't know what that will do to, the 1 through 5 stars. There's a reason there's 1 through 5 stars. Someone might be a 4 to you, or they might be a 2, and right now there's no real middle ground. So basically they either love you or they hate you, right? The quantity of recommendations may outweigh the quality of the review. So, is this just now a popularity contest? And that's one of the fears I have. And again, for professional services, this is different than a restaurant or some local, place where people get haircuts. So it's kind of a little bit of a different thought process. So if you're still not convinced that reviews and testimonials matter, we've been building our clients' practices heavily through the use of social proof. It is the new modern word of mouth. It is the new way. Even if someone does do a standard referral, most people are going to do some research on you, right? So they're going to Google your name, and if they don't see a bunch of 5-star reviews, or they don't see you recommended on Facebook, if they're on Facebook, you're going to be out of the game. And I think it's an important thing, a mentality difference that firms need to start embracing that haven't yet. The firms that are on social are flourishing. So it's definitely something that you should incorporate in your marketing budget for this year and on. So a couple little statistics here. Social media allows people to get the opinions of many versus one, right? So I think you're starting to understand that it's not reviews or not reviews. Referrals are no longer done in a vacuum. So it is much more transparent. People can get many people's opinion before they decide who they're going to hire. Reviews, 92% of consumers now read reviews versus 88% in 2014. This is some data from Bright Local. And something else that's important, 88% trust reviews as much as personal recommendations. That's another trend that's up. So the data backs it up. Reviews are important. They're going to help you convert. And again, a lot of this research is going on about you and you don't even know it. And if you don't have a strong review profile, or worse yet, you have a 1-star review, you're not even in the game. You're not getting phone calls. You're not getting leads, and you're wondering what's not working. Well, it is working. There is feedback, but you don't have the right kind of feedback. So definitely something to think about. There's a secondary thing, and I'm not sure how this is going to work out. So this is more into the search engine optimization side. How is Google going to handle Facebook eliminating the traditional reviews, right? So in the old days, here on the right, this is a Google My Business listing result on a search results. Facebook would be, their snippets, those reviews would be included, right? And they're also included in the search results. So Facebook's profile view would index if you had reviews. So are they going to be gone? So sites like TaxBuzz and CountingWorks might get more traffic actually and be more important to you going forward in the traditional search pattern. So maybe people in Facebook's little ecosystem, recommendations will be the new thing, but outside of it, unless there's some major changes going on, reviews still rule the world. So the question what will happen? Will Google stop indexing these pages? Facebook, that would lose traffic. Facebook would lose traffic because of it. So I'm not really sure where that's going to go. And then, going back to, will other verified reviews carry more weight now? So as I've been saying, 5-star reviews help drive conversion and new business. So this is an important part of what you're doing. So does your firm have a Facebook presence? Is it easy for your clients to recommend your brand on Facebook, right? So this kind of goes back, if you don't have a strategy in place for this new tool through Facebook, you're going to be missing out. So pros with lots of recommendations and frequent posts will gain more conversions. So make sure that you put some content on the site. You don't want it to just be sitting there blank. You want important information, whether you're sharing curated content, using a service like CountingWorks to help you publish your data and share your expertise online. It's an important thing. You don't want the site to just be sitting there blank. So what does the future hold? Whether reviews or recommendations, I don't know. It's a very good question. I think we'll be watching this for our own clients. My concern again is, will the testimonials be as strong now that they're just recommendations? So is it literally like voting, on American Idol or something? That's what my concern is, and it takes a lot of the authenticity out of the review process. So We'll find out as things go on. I think it's great for local markets. I'm still not positive how it will work for professional services, but I will say it's happening today. I mean, we're seeing clients get recommended on Facebook. Nextdoor is another site that use recommendations, and they're 100% getting leads through these funnels. So recommendations, you got to think about this. It saves a lot of time for people. So if they trust the recommendations they receive, they don't have to go online and Google around and search. They're going to be able to get opinions from their friends and colleagues very quickly. So if that trend continues, then yeah, there might be a kind of a change in Facebook's recommendations might really work. So however you feel about this, people still want to work with people they trust, right? So when they're choosing who to work with, you want your profiles, your presence online to show trust. Not only expertise, but really, I can trust you to solve my problems. You're going to be vested in my end results. So, we'll see how this all works out. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you have any questions about Facebook, our team at Accounting Works has been working very hard to promote our profession, the tax and accounting industry. We're all about getting better financial results for you and your clients, and I think this is a brave new world as we change through automation, AI, and everything else. But if you have any questions, please visit our website at accountingworkspro.com or give us a call at 800-442-2477, and we will gladly assist you with any questions. Thank you.